What's happening, Mega Maniacs? You got Mr. MegaManFan here. Thank you to my 820 plus subscribers as of the recording of this video. It is that time again for another retro hunting adventure, and the $25 challenge returns today. This was filmed over a variety of days, so you will see that in the middle of the video, but watch the whole thing through for all the things that I've picked up in the video game world over the course of the last week. Some pre-orders, some new things, and some things that I just found at random, and all kinds of stuff. It is the Retro Hunting Adventures with your host, Mr. MegaManFan.
Yo, this is MegaRan, and you need to rock and or roll on over to Mr. MegaManFan's YouTube channel, because it's all that rush to make it happen. Peace!
This big package here is from my friend Alex in the Amiibo Crossing group, so big shouts out to Alex. Let me get this open and we can take a look at the contents of local newspaper to protect it. Oh, let's see. The Home and Garden section from the Fresno Bee. Guess that can tell you approximately where he resides in California. And because he's in California, this took a week to get here. We have Mipha, one of the 4 Legend of Zelda champions. We also have Daruk. Boy, this one is heavy. This is another of the 4 champions from Breath of the Wild. And we have Revali from Breath of the Wild. Kind of looks like a character straight out of Star Fox, if you ask me. And last but not least, Urbosa. And the reason that I am so grateful to Alex today, and thank you again, Alex, is that he sold me these for MSRP. Actual price when they were released. No markup. That is super awesome. I know reprints are coming later this year to Japan in April and probably to the United States after that, but now I don't have to wait, thanks to Alex being the man. There we go. All right, let's pop this sucker open. And what's in our latest LRG package? Feels like 2 games. And it's 2 games plus. We've got a Rabi Ribi soundtrack. Very nice. We've got a Battle Chef Brigade trading card. Number 323. We've got a Rabi Ribi trading card. This is number 44. I wonder if that means this has been a long time in the making. It could. And number 196. That would be Rabi Ribi. I hope I'm saying that the right way. Maybe it's Rabi Ribi. Ribi seems better, but what do I know? And we've also got LRG number 197, the aforementioned Battle Chef Brigade. And next up, we have a trip to Half Price Books, looking for new retro games to add to the collection. And we start with some PlayStation games, a lot of greatest hits, Final Fantasy, Crash Bandicoot, Grand Theft Auto, but nothing I need. Scrolling down to the Xbox games, don't see anything in 360 or Xbox One that suits my fancy. Looking here at the PS3 games, nothing is calling my name yet. And in the case, we've got a complete Sega Genesis. That's always nice to see. This one's kind of weird. I don't even really know anything about Geo Safari. That seems like something Angry Video Game Nerd should cover. Nice to see a Game Gear in there. Maybe a little expensive, but it's got 2 games. Maybe that's a good deal. This Xbox 360 keyboard And we got some video game accessories, a light gun all the way up at the top, an old school calculator, and even a Blackhawk Gravis joystick all the way up there at the top. Moving over to PSP games and UMDs, and then up to DS games. Again, nothing immediately catching my eye here. Gonna keep scrolling down. Let's take a look at the Wii U games. Lots of Nintendo Land, but I don't need that. Oh, we got a Vita game here. Babel. If I had a Vita, I'd probably love that, but sadly I do not. PS4 games, nope, didn't see anything in those. Let's walk our way over past the Xbox games. And here we have some games in the case. Chrono Trigger, they want $100 for loose. Maybe that's a fair price these days, but it's way more than I paid for it. $9.99 for Quest 64 seems alright. And we got some Nintendo games in the case. Dr. Mario, Harvest Moon 64, $20 for Atari 5200 Mountain King. Again, that seems high, but then I bought my copy of it a long time ago. $50 for Phantasy Star Online, that might be about accurate. Something in my head told me to go look at the DS games one more time, and wouldn't you know it, I saw Kirby's Canvas Curse. And $20 is actually right on the money for what it goes for on price charting, and it's one of the few Kirby games that for whatever reason I never picked up when it first came out, so I'm sure back then it probably would have been a $40 title, and it's complete with the manual, so I picked this one up. Another day, another store. This is Krypton Comics, and lo and behold, they had some Mega Man Funko Pops, the original and the GameStop exclusive Napalm Bomb, neither of which I needed, but it was nice to see them there. Now, here's where the $25 challenge kicks into gear. This is Trade Post, and we're looking at the PlayStation 2 games here, and nothing so far is catching my eye. Well, wait a minute. Bible game caught my eye. I think I saw this one on the Angry Video Game Nerd, but I don't really want to pay that price for it, so I'm going to keep looking here as it's marked retro, which fits this channel oh so well. Got tons of sports titles as usual. Never a shortage of these. Even in thrift stores and flea markets, you'll find lots of sports games. Okami. And you know what? Okami still goes for a reasonable price after all this time, so that's pretty cool considering I think that's a very collectible, fun game. So we move on to PlayStation stuff here. Got all kinds of racing games and all kinds of sports games and some PSP games up here. Metal Gear Acid, I might get that at some point in the future, but moving on to original Xbox and looking for anything substantial or interesting here. Not seeing a whole lot that I need in the Xbox games. So we'll move on to the Wii games. We got regular Wii games, we got some Wii U games around here somewhere, and Animal Crossing for $15. That's not too bad, I suppose. There are the Wii U games, and unfortunately nothing I needed in those. Some more Wii games next to them, and we'll scroll down here, and always nice to see a Super Mario Galaxy on the shelf, and Wario Land Shake It, which I've been watching the Super Beard Bros play. That's a fun Nintendo Wii game. Somebody should probably pick that one up. Got some 3DS games here. Got some DS games below it. And above it, look at these import GameCube games that are still sitting here. Somebody was a big enough fan of Naruto to import all of those, but nobody seems to want them since if you don't read Japanese, you're probably not going to be able to play them. Switch games are becoming more plentiful as time goes by. Got some GameCube games and some 3DS games here. And we move over. We got Sega Genesis games on the bottom. And I see right away Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby, which you may have seen recently in a Scott DeWaz video. Too bad somebody wrote $6 on the cover of that. Kind of ruined the cover art. We got some Nintendo games up here. A lot of sports titles, baseball, golf, and such. And for my friend Paul Chester, we got some Atari 2600 games up here. I suspect he probably has all of these, but I thought I'd include them in the video anyway. So for the $25 challenge, I've got Splinter Cell, NFL Quarterback Club 2002 for GameCube, Golden Nugget for the PlayStation 1. Moving the camera up here, I've got Triple Play for PlayStation 2 and A Minute to Win It for Nintendo DS. I believe these will all come up to under $25 and fit the criteria of my challenge. Another day, another trip to the great outdoors, and I picked up a pre-order, Undertale, for Nintendo Switch, the role-playing game where nobody has to die. You already know this one from the original PC version, or maybe you bought the PS4 version, but now it's also in a Fangamer release for the Nintendo Switch. How cool is that? And just when I thought my week in gaming was over, I got a package in the mail. Lo and behold, no one can stop Mr. Domino, one of my favorite Kid Icarus videos of all time, and now I can play the game for the first time for myself. Kid Icarus! This is a wacky Japanese game. I'll show you a little bit of it later on when I get a chance to test all of these games out. I'm going to have to do a big summary of everything that I got in the last week. We're not done with the mail call yet because a package arrived from Limited Run Games. Here is Dragon Sinker complete with trading card for the PlayStation 4. And this should be a fun adventure game. Very old school Chrono Trigger Final Fantasy III looking game. It promises that you can slay an evil dragon named Wormvarg. I think that looks like a fun time. But now, let's show you the results of the $25 challenge. Picked up a PS2 game, a PlayStation game, a DS game, 2 GameCube games, and I managed to do it all for slightly under $25. This was a success. As you can see here, the total with tax comes up to under $25. I'd call that a win. It's a quick look at the haul for the last week. Nintendo products on the left, from Splinter Cell, Quarterback Club, Kirby, A Minute to Win It to Undertale. Over here, PlayStation products, Dragon Sinker, Triple Play, No One Can Stop Mr. Domino, and Golden Nugget. Quite the week. I think it's high time we test some of these out. Let's start with Kirby's Canvas Curse. And we've got a HAL Laboratory and a Nintendo logo. That's a good sign. 2 save files on there already from the previous owner, but I can use the third one for testing purposes here. And it seems to be that everything is in working order, as I would hope for and expect from Half Price Books. So Kirby's Canvas Curse is another addition to my Kirby collection. Shout out to Ant Dude. What up, bro? And next we got my cheap game from the $25 challenge the day I went out and did that. So we got A Minute to Win It. Probably won't be playing this game very much, even though I actually like Guy Fieri. I really enjoy diners, drive-ins, and dives. I've even been to some of the restaurants that he's featured on that show, so nothing against the game show in particular, it's just not my bag, but it was a good cheap game for Nintendo DS. Now let's try out a couple of these PlayStation games, starting with Golden Nugget, a 2-disc game, and very reasonably priced, I might add. I think there was a Golden Nugget on the original Nintendo, or maybe it was Game Gear, but I remember playing one of these Golden Nugget games somewhere else. It's Vegas, it's slots, it's poker, it's all that kind of stuff. It's a gambling game, which I would much rather do as a video game than actually blow money in a casino. I'm really weird that way. Like, I'll play $1 in a video poker slot machine, lose it, and quit. I just play it like it's actually a video game. And here we have No One Can Stop Mr. Domino. Was very happy to see this one tested and working because I've been wanting this game for a long time, but in all my retro hunting adventures, I've never found it in the wild. So I finally gave up and bought it from an eBay seller who had it for a very reasonable price, only $15. This game is just straight up wacky. It's so hard to explain if you haven't actually played it or seen the Kadikarus video. These dominoes, these anthropomorphic dominoes, they're trying to complete a line of dominoes around a playfield, kind of like you're walking through a Micro Machines playfield, but you're on a rail too, like a light gun game. You're constantly moving and you can't stop because no one can stop Mr. Domino. So you have to guide them through these obstacles and you have to form chains. It's a demented puzzle action game. It's quite a trip. Moving on to the GameCube games, we've got Splinter Cell, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell here, Rogue Agent. This was a 2-disc game, and both discs have the exact same boot up sequence, so I'm not going to take you through the whole thing twice. I think once is enough for Splinter Cell Rogue Agent. It sufficed to me that both of the discs played when I put them in and tested them, so I consider that a working game, and I can come back and revisit it at any time using my Eon HD GameCube adapter for HDMI output. Now we'll try NFL Quarterback Club 2002. Here we go. As you can see, it kind of cuts off the boot up sequence a little bit while the HDMI syncs up, but I don't mind that. I mean, you could still hear it until it syncs up the audio and video, so that's not really a problem as far as I'm concerned. You know it's booting up when you hear that. Bonk! And here is NFL Quarterback Club. Weird that I didn't have this game before now, but like I always say about GameCube sports games, why not add them to your library, because they're pretty cheap. You can get a lot of sports games for GameCube for not much moolah. I may not spend a lot of time playing this one, but it's another step closer to a complete collection. Last but not least, we have Undertale for Switch. I don't have a PS2 or a PS4 in this room, so I can't do either of those games, Triple Play or Dragon Sinker, but I can pop open this Undertale release from Fangamer, which I picked up via pre-order at Best Buy, and I actually got a discount on it because of Gamers Club, so gotta still use those benefits while I got them before it runs out. And as you can see here, this is a very nice release. It comes with an insert for Fangamer and a nice little storybook for Undertale, just like the collector's edition for PlayStation 4. Now, when I first fired it up, it had to do a download to update to the latest version. So this is not the final version that's in the package, but this update only took about 30 seconds. And speaking of 30 seconds, we're under that till the end of the video. So I want to say thank you to everybody for watching the Retro Hunting Adventures for this week. I'm Mr. MegaManFan. I appreciate each and every one of you who are subscribers, and I hope many more are to come in the future. Still looking to get to 1,000 as of the recording of this video. Peace out, one and all.